Does iRacing have serious competition? Today we'll be looking at the difference between iRacing and Rennsport, and in my opinion, Rennsport is the free iRacing. We'll be going through a quick drive around a couple tracks. We'll check out the AI, the damage model, and as you guys know, I do a lot of iRacing content, so I have a good verse in that, so I will not show much iRacing in this video. And at the end, we will do a chart to show which beats what in what categories. Let's get into it. Now, loading into the game, see, we have the three options. There's some of the DLC. We have single player, quick play, multiplayer. We'll be doing single player here today, as the online scene is essentially dead. It's a real shame, but you have time trial championships along with quick session. You have the quick races, which are pretty boring, in my opinion, because there's no one doing them, and then the official special events, essentially. Very, very, very few of these are still going. So we'll hop into a quick session here in the GT3. We'll check out the session settings. See, I've already increased it to a practice of 20 minutes. I've turned on damage. This is disabled by default. And I turned on just GT3 class. You can see here's all the other cars that they have. So I will go through all of the GT3 cars. So up first we have the McLaren 720S. Very clean paint scheme. However, all of these only have one scheme per car. Both versions of the Porsches, the Evo and non-Evo, the Mercedes, the BMW, the only non-free one in the Mustang, the Audi LMS, and the Aston Martin Vantage. So you can see we'll load in. Here the AI, they all have their flags and name and all the car names, so it's actually pretty nice. You see we have a couple camera angles. You can see we have also a force feedback box, a lap timer, and an RPM counter along with a pit lane timer. There are no collisions in the pits, just like iRacing, at least in the pit box. I don't know if it's in the pits now. See, they actually have a auto pit speed set button you can set it to. They have a track map, incident points. See, we have an set of Coors Light camera, iRacing camera, hood, front bumper, and the two chases, but we'll be sticking with this. They have the cancel current lap pop up because you drove outside track limits. And I just completely blow that corner. But I'm gonna try and catch up to this Porsche in front of me and see if I can make a move, because apparently the AI wasn't great in this game. But definitely seems, in my experience, good. But you can see that Mustang in the background just drove clean out of the track. They definitely seem to underdrive the track. See, I'm gonna get a much better run out here. I'm gonna try a dive into the hairpin. See, cycling through the cameras once again. I'll just dive up the inside. Porsche, the AI will actually handle it fairly well, except the Mercedes behind, who just smashes into the inside wall. I have a talent issue, run wide. You see now, I'm coming to the hairpin. I'm gonna run wide again. I'm gonna lose it, and I'm gonna just, at this point, I'm gonna do AI. I'm gonna wreck test this AI. See, I'm gonna park it, go it in reverse, back up into the middle of the track. You see, I'm gonna hit once. And there is one more car coming. Now that's the last car. We're just gonna head back down. Now we're going to go backwards on the track because you see there's actually the marshal waving the flag for me. They have the little reverse indicator. And they've given a black flag, a 3-second warning for disqualification. So we're gonna end the session. We'll just hop back in. This time we're actually gonna change the next one into the car menu. We're gonna add all the classes back on, and we'll go through all of the cars and tracks. So starting at the Cup, we have the Porsche Cup car from 2021, the Porsche Mission R, all the GT3s you already went through. The only class you don't have when getting the free base game is the GT3X. Then you have the two GT4s of the Beamer and Audi. Then hypercar, you have the Porsche 963 and the hybrid V8 for the Beamer. This BMW M2 shows up again. And then a car is nowhere else. The Praga, to my knowledge, is nowhere else in the official game without mods. And then we have the two touring cars of the Elantra and the RS3. Now from the tracks, we have Fuji, Jetta Corniche, and the Orchard Street Circuit, however you pronounce it, as a community content track. See, they have a couple layouts, one usually. You have Monza Spa, Christakura's, which is another fake one, Hockenheim, and the Nürburgring GP. The beta track, or ADA track, however you say it. It's the figure 8 in the game, and you have Daytona, the Founders track, and Road Atlanta. So I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna go to Orchard here. I think that'll be fun. We'll hop in the Audi, or we'll hop in one of these cars. I'm still deciding. I think maybe we'll go GT. We'll drive a GT3. Maybe the Mission R. No, I don't want to listen to an electric. Oh, wrong Audi. I'll drive that one. The Audi RS or LMS. See if I can change the time here, time of day. Make sure all the settings are right. Damage is on. Can't change the time in practice, which is kind of annoying. The other problem is there's only a max of, I think, 12 AI a session, or no, 10 AI, or 11 AI. See, there actually go some of the hypercars. You see, this is the problem with the AI, so they love to brake right there. You can see, so I'm actually, oops, that was a little too far. We're gonna get back rolling. See, that's what I don't like, because you can't have, like, there's no custom paint schemes, and the paint schemes you have are very boring, and there's only one per car. See here, we actually have a GT4 in front of us. Go up to the inside, and it lets us have it nice and easy. Now, I've never driven this track before, so excuse me for some talent issues. And now we're gonna hit. This track just looks graphically stunning. Like, all the windows have reflections, the car has reflections. And that was one. Tried to make a move there, it wasn't quite there. We'll get it back rolling though. I think I might have underdrove that corner a little bit, and I'm pretty sure I did. So now you can see just how graphically stunning this level is. I mean, even the lines are nearly perfect. See, that's a little too much curb into the wall. Into the wall again. Actually, there goes my front bumper. So just like iRacing, you can drop off a front bumper. But, I'm going to try rec testing the AI again. So you see the Beamer, he piles in. That Porsche Cup car piled in as well, and the other one piled in, so they all did nothing. Now here we're trying to do it again. We're here back on the track. So you turned in a little bit early, but it's a little forgiving. When you hit the wall, actually, there's some pretty nice detail of all the metal bits, or whatever you call them, flying off of the car. See, we'll go back to the cockpit view. See, the dash is extremely detailed. See, the shadow work is insane. You can see we have the tire pressures, force feedback. We have a chart, track map, session remaining, incident points, laps. Very, very clean graphics package, in my opinion. Got the RPM thing at the bottom. It starts you in metric. We're going to test the damage model here soon. I want to do it in that corner next lap. I just didn't have a good run through there. Man, you can just see how nice this track is to look at in this car. This game, really. So we'll just come around the final corner here. Just got a little wide, but the AI, my only gripe with them is that they A, don't check up for wrecks, B, they'll do some dumb things at Road Atlanta, like they'll flip on a curb, which is not how it's supposed to be. And then they're just unholy slow in some corners and so fast in others that you're just, the only way you'll keep up in the straight, lose it in the next corner, get them on the straight, pull away on the corner, gain on the straight, they'll gain all that back and more in the corner. Definitely not great, as I'm practically falling asleep, but not great in the terms of the fact that anyone can play. You don't need a wheel. You really only need a mouse and keyboard or controller. And yeah. So here now coming out this next corner, we're trying to get a better run, which I did. I got a slightly better run, but I'm going to lose it. So I guess we'll just do it anyways because I don't want to sit here for any longer. They do have the green, yellow, purple, red sector thing. We're going to throw this thing in the wall. We're going to flip it. The spoiler somehow stayed on, but you can see just how nice the damage is on that left rear. Now, we're going to go to our final rankings. And we'll get started up with money or cost, and this is going to Rennsport as it is free to play. Next up, we will be doing cars. Now, this is all cars in the game, not just what comes with iRacing. And iRacing will win this as it has more cars, and sure, while they cost more, they are spread out of more disciplines. Now, if you have a lot of disciplines of cars, you have to have a lot of disciplines of tracks, and iRacing will take the tracks one as well. Now, next up is AI, and this is for the online AI. So, what you're racing against, and I'm gonna give it to both. They're both good depending on what you want. If you want crashes, go to Rennsport. If you want racing or practice, go to iRacing. And now, our final category before the ultimate winner is online, which goes to iRacing as it is the #1 competitive online esport location, aside from I think ACC, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. And the overall winner is iRacing, which means that iRacing, at least in my opinion, is still better, but it does have its some flaws compared to the others. So overall, iRacing wins. iRacing is the better sim. However, if you are on a budget and learning to drive, definitely pick up Rennsport since it's free on Steam, at least to my knowledge. And it's when I bought it, I should say. And give it a shot. See if you want to do it before you ball out on a giant subscription for iRacing. But yeah, that'll wrap up the video. Please subscribe. It would help out a lot. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.